Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is another trading tutorial, stocks trading tutorial with Twitter. This time I'm going to be using the xBratAlgo for the signal. I'm going to be using the heat map for confirmation, and then the manager to manage the trade. So we're using intraday type of time frame here, 15 minute. So one of the things with trading stocks is 15 minutes for day trading is quite a large time frame, and we'd look to swing those over weekdays. So you wouldn't swing a 15-minute trade over the weekend. You would look for signs using the manager to stay in the trade going into the close of each day, and if those signs are bad with the behavior, and we'll go through those, you would get out. If they're good and you've got a good run into the close, then you stay in. So this is a recent week on Twitter on the 15-minute time frame, and we're going to look at the signals, the confirmations, the entries, and then the trade management. So first of all, this is a Monday. It's in May. We have a 4-star buy signal here, right on the on the offset of Monday. But when we look at the BIAS Depth Heatmap, we're on the 15-minute time frame. We're on day trading. So this first line here is in grey because when we're on day trading, that's a slightly lower time frame. So we're not interested in that. So we're interested in the next 5 time frames, and we are only green on all of them except the higher time frame here, which is yellow. So we've got, in fact, 2 yellow time frames, which are neutral, and 3 bullish. So we don't get the confirmation. We get the signal, we don't get the confirmation. We go into Tuesday, we get a 5-star buy signal here. We're 3 green, 1 red, 1 yellow. So we're still not good. But then we get a 6-star buy signal here on the xBratAlgo, and all of the time frames are green. We're good to go. One thing we're going to look at very briefly is we're going to look left. We look at this pivot from Monday, and we want to make sure our entry is above that pivot. That's just a very, very basic rule for trading. Make sure we're good to go. So with a 6-star buy signal, we wait for the candle to close and we go above the high of that candle, and that high of that candle was actually the same high as this pivot, which is, it happens. So then we'd go for the entry around about, see, we're at 33.96, so why not go 34.01 or something like that above that whole dollar mark, 34.01 there. That would be my entry at this point. So again, I've got the signal and I've got the confirmation. Now I've got a sensible entry strategy above the 6-star candle and above this previous, and then in this case that whole dollar mark with stocks does cause an issue sometimes. So now we're in the trade. So now we're going to be using the manager. This is the most important thing for the rest of this trade really. So the manager's got different colored candles. So a grey candle is an up candle with lower volume than the previous candle. A green candle is an up candle, but it has more volume than that previous candle. So it's an accumulation. So it's accumulating more buyers. A cyan candle is a down candle with lower volume, and then a red is a down candle with higher volume than the previous one. Also, we've got these dots below the candles and above the candles. So if the dot's below and it's blue, it's lower than average volume, that candle. If the dot is above, it's higher than average volume. So it's got momentum, whether it's up or down. Then we've got the green ribbon here for the manager. So this is pure price action, and this is set to day trading. Okay, day trading moderate. And what we look for is a couple of things. For behavior, we look at these pullbacks and we see lower than average volume. We don't panic. There is no higher than average volume down candles here. And then into the close, higher than average volume. Look at these. 1, 2, 3 green candles. So this first green candle has more volume than the previous candle. The next green candle has even more volume, and then the next candle has even more volume, and they're higher than average volume. So we've got a good run, high volume run into the close. So we're going to carry it over, we're going to swing it over. Also, Although it's close, the ribbon is green. It gaps up the next day. Fantastic. We then pull back on lower than average volume. We get one higher than average volume down candle. That's what we call a one candle wonder. If we get a follow through on that, we're going to get out, but we don't. We get an up candle because it's grey with higher than average volume. That's followed through again, and we're actually going higher than average volume into the close again. And we've got a 6-star buy signal, so we can think about adding, but we're not going to add to the close. What we're going to do is we're going to carry this over. The ribbon is green. We've got higher than average volume going into the close, but the next day at the open, we're going to put an order in above the high of this Wednesday to add to our position, because we've got this 6-star buy signal. We've got all the time frames green, bullish, so we've got confirmation. So we're not going to be silly and go straight in and add more the next day. The next day opens down here and then pushes through, and we add to the position. We then have a really great day. We start to pull down. We have one candle wonder right at the close, higher than average volume. At this point, you can be reasonably sensible here and say, do you know what? I'm going to take my profit just at the close. I've got higher than average volume. It's a down candle. It could gap down tomorrow. I haven't got a crystal ball, but I'm going to take my profit on these two positions. I mean, getting in at 34.03 and the close, just before the close here, is 37.32. Great trade, 3 days. Be sensible. If, however, you do carry it on to the Friday, I don't usually trade Fridays, we get a nice move up, but look at this, 2 candles going into the close, higher than average volume and red. You get out a little bit higher than the previous day, and then you see the following day, that on the Monday there. So, but we don't carry over the weekend, so you've got to get out during that Friday. With a 15-minute time frame, this intraday, no matter what type of signal generator you're going to use you don't carry over a trade on an intraday time frame over the weekends. So much can happen, and it's just not worth the risk. But carrying them over during the week is sensible, using the manager to understand that behavior, and the likelihood is of that continuation, which we saw here. So very briefly again, xBratAlgo for the signals, BIAS Depth Heatmap for the confirmation. Remember that Monday signal that we got, there was no confirmation, so we didn't trade it. We were sensible, patient, waited. Then we've got the 6-star buy signal, simple entry, and then go back through this video, learn on how I use the manager to understand the behavior, not to panic, and to then continue and swing those trades over a few days. I mean, personally, I would have seen this forming, this candle with higher than average volume, and I would get out before the close on this, just before the close there. So I would have traded Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on this trade. But adding that those extra shares at that point was sensible because of the previous day's 6-star buy signal with the total confirmation there. Hopefully that helps. Another Twitter video. Again, when we're looking at these stocks, just choose 5 stocks to trade. Day trading, intraday, swing trading. I've gone 3 videos now. I'm going to put the links into the other 2 videos here for day trading, for swing trading, and now intraday trading, using different strategies, different trading indicators from the xBrat trading indicators stable there, just to show you that you can actually just stick to 5 stocks. I've just stuck to Twitter here, and I've used 3 different trading strategies, and with some great results. Hopefully that helps. Speak to you all really soon.